The potential clash between Daniel Dubois and Joseph Parker has got boxing fans buzzing, with all eyes on whether the young, powerful Dubois can take down the seasoned Parker. Dubois is known for his knockout strength and aggressive style, but Parker's experience and defensive skills could turn this into a fascinating showdown. At 32, Parker may be past his prime, but he's still a skilled, smart fighter who's fought top names in the heavyweight division and has the tactics to challenge Dubois. For Dubois, this fight is a chance to prove he's a serious force among the heavyweights, especially after his controversial fight with Oleksandr Usyk. But can he keep his cool and break through Parker's defense? Or will Parker's experience give him the edge? This fight is shaping up to be a real test of youth versus experience, with both fighters having a lot to gain and lose in the ring. Joseph Parker is currently being looked at as a possible challenger for IBF heavyweight champion Daniel Dubois, with a fight tentatively set for February 22 ND in Riyadh. Many boxing analysts believe Dubois, who is young, strong, and aggressive, might be a challenging opponent for the 32-year-old Parker. Dubois's power and rugged style could prove too much for Parker, who has recently taken on a more defensive approach in his fights. This potential clash between Dubois and Parker is already creating a buzz, as fans wonder if Parker's experience can stand up against Dubois's youthful power. Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua, a popular heavyweight, doesn't seem interested in taking on a rematch with Dubois right now. This is mainly due to the injuries Joshua is still working through, which means he wouldn't be ready in time to step back into the ring with Dubois. Instead, Parker, a former WBO champion, has positioned himself as a viable contender. He has achieved notable wins recently by defeating Zhilei Zhang and Deontay Wilder in back-to-back matches, which has helped him earn the potential shot at Dubois. However, Joshua's absence opens the door for Parker to seize this high-profile fight and make his case for another championship opportunity. Despite Parker's recent wins, some fans and analysts weren't entirely convinced by his performances in the fights against Zhang and Wilder. Parker didn't appear particularly dominant, and it seemed that his older opponents, who didn't offer much offense, allowed him to control the matches. Zhang, who is 40, struggled to keep up the pace and appeared exhausted after just a few rounds. Meanwhile, Wilder, at 39, was unusually inactive in his fight against Parker, moving around the ring without engaging much. These factors leave some questioning whether Parker's wins truly reflect improvement, or if he merely capitalized on opponents who were past their prime. Parker's recent fights haven't shown much growth since his last significant loss to Joe Joyce in September 2022, when he was knocked out in the 11th round. The only noticeable difference in his recent performances is that his opponents, due to their advanced age, haven't thrown many punches back at him. When Zhang did decide to attack, he managed to drop Parker twice and nearly finished him off in the 8th round. If Dubois had been in Zhang's place that night, it's likely Parker wouldn't have made it as far as round 8. Dubois's power and aggression might overwhelm Parker, who has shown vulnerability in his chin and hesitancy under pressure. In a discussion about the potential Dubois versus Parker fight, boxing analyst Chris Algieri expressed that Parker has enough skill and versatility to potentially frustrate Dubois. Algieri pointed out that Dubois has struggled against skilled, adaptable fighters, drawing a comparison to Dubois's fight with Oleksandr Usyk last year. Although Dubois came close to stopping Usyk in that match, he ultimately failed to do so and showed frustration, with some saying he even quit under pressure. Algieri believes Dubois's difficulties against Usyk show that he may find it challenging to deal with a fighter like Parker who can bring diverse tactics to the ring. Despite Dubois's growth as a fighter, Algieri sees this matchup as a test of whether he can handle a seasoned opponent with a range of skills. Some believe that, despite Dubois's power, Parker's experience and tactical approach could help him navigate a fight with the young champion. While Dubois is known for his aggressive, heavy-hitting style, Parker has proven himself capable of enduring tough bouts and strategizing his way to victory. His defensive approach could potentially neutralize some of Dubois's offense if he manages to pace himself and avoid Dubois's biggest shots early on. Although Parker is no longer the same relentless fighter he once was, He could use his ring IQ and resilience to stretch the fight into the later rounds, where his experience might become an advantage. However, Dubois's supporters feel that Parker's recent performances don't inspire much confidence, especially against a dangerous opponent like Dubois. While Parker is skilled, he has sometimes struggled against powerful punchers, as seen in his fight against Joe Joyce, where he was eventually knocked out in the 11th round. Dubois, who has shown impressive finishing power, might not give Parker the chance to fight at a slower pace. Dubois could force Parker into defensive mode early in the fight, leaving Parker with limited offensive options if he can't create openings. This could be a defining factor, as Parker may find it difficult to withstand an extended assault from someone as physically strong and aggressive as Dubois. For Dubois, a fight with Parker offers a significant opportunity to prove himself against a seasoned contender who has faced many of the top names in heavyweight boxing. If Dubois can defeat Parker convincingly, it would further solidify his standing as a rising force in the division, possibly setting him up for future high-profile matchups. A win would add Parker's name to Dubois's record, enhancing his resume and building his confidence. With some critics still questioning Dubois's ability to handle seasoned opponents following his controversial loss to Usyk, beating Parker could answer some of these doubts and push Dubois closer to the top tier of heavyweight contenders. On the other hand, Parker has a chance to show that he's still a serious contender in the heavyweight division by taking on a rising star like Dubois. If he manages to outbox Dubois or even go the distance in a close fight, it would boost his profile and prove that he's still relevant among the heavyweights. For Parker, a win against Dubois would be a comeback moment, giving him renewed momentum to push for more title shots and big-name fights. In a division where age and experience often clash with youthful power, this matchup between Parker and Dubois could showcase the contrasting paths of two fighters, one trying to secure his legacy, the other looking to build one. In conclusion, the upcoming potential fight between Daniel Dubois and Joseph Parker represents an intriguing matchup of strength, strategy, and experience. Dubois, known for his raw power and aggressive approach, has a lot on the line as he aims to prove he belongs among the elite heavyweights. His controversial loss to Alexander Usyk left some critics questioning his resilience and ability to handle high-pressure situations, so a convincing win over a seasoned fighter like Parker could silence doubters and propel him further into the spotlight. For Dubois, beating Parker would not only strengthen his record but also reinforce his reputation as one of the most dangerous fighters in the division. However, this will be no easy task, as Parker's defensive skills and experience against top fighters will likely challenge Dubois in ways that a younger fighter might struggle with. For Parker, a win over Dubois would be a major statement to the heavyweight division, proving that he still belongs among the top contenders. After recent wins against Deontay Wilder and Zhilei Zhang, he's demonstrated that, while his style has shifted to a more defensive approach, he's still a force to be reckoned with. A victory against the younger, hard-hitting Dubois would not only add another impressive name to his resume but also show that he's capable of standing up to youth and power. It's a moment of potential redemption for Parker, as he seeks to shake off any doubts stemming from his past losses and continue his pursuit of championship opportunities. Ultimately, this matchup between Dubois and Parker is not just about titles, it's about legacy, survival, and proving who's truly prepared to be at the top of one of boxing's most competitive divisions.